Afternoon from Don Boy 718. I hope y'all tuning in, paying attention. It's a real good Black Friday. You got to be in tune for Black Friday, so I got that Bombay Sapphire going right now. There's been a lot of things happening yesterday in the NFL on Thursday. First of all, happy Thanksgiving weekend to all of you. I hope you all are having a nice turkey weekend and a Black Friday turnout. Should be nice. Good sales for all of you. Check out Don Boy 718 on Facebook. Send us those stars. Send us that love. Check out our GoFund. We just trying to do some big things now. In 2024, we trying to help out a lot of people. Now, last night, there was some good games starting as early as 12:30 yesterday with the game between Jordy Love and the Green Bay Packers versus the Detroit Lions, Jared Goff and the squad. Now, we thought that Jared Goff was going to have an awesome game, which it wasn't horrible. It wasn't horrible. It could have been a little better. There were some things. The Lions, remind you, are now at 8-3. This is week 12 in the NFL. So Jared Goff and Amon St. Ra have been doing what it takes. Along with David Montgomery. Shout out to David Montgomery because that ground game, in the NFL, a good ground game is always very important now. Don't tell me you forgot the basics of the game. All right. So David Montgomery, he did his thing. I think he had about 71 yards last night. He didn't get it for 100. But Amon St. Ra, he had 95 yards, helping to get them in place to score a few touchdowns and reach out to, some of the other receivers on the Detroit Lions squad. However, you look at the connection between Jordan Love and the homeboy Jaden on the Green Bay Packers, and you say Jordy Love is supposed to be highly rated. They saying going into this season he was going to be all that or this type of guy. However, I don't think that Jordy Love has just jumped up to that, level of expectation. His skill set and accomplishments haven't been, able to meet just right there yet. So then now you think, what happened? Why would this guy be over here and still on the Green Bay Packers and they believe in him? Because he's not trash. He has a lot of good potential. They want to win with this man, and he had to wait a while for none other than Aaron Rodgers to leave. The same way Aaron Rodgers had to wait for Brett Favre to leave to take over the team. Green Bay usually stays faithful or loyal to whoever they put at the reins of being their quarterback. So, we'll see how this plays out. Anyway, they only won last night because of, I think it was a 25-yard fumble recovery. If the Detroit Lions did not fumble that ball, and then it was recovered by the defense of the Green Bay Packers and ran into the end zone because it was on the 25-yard line, the score would not have been 29-22. I think that the Detroit Lions, they might have pulled off that win. It would have just as simply been just as well as so much as that. They would have found some way to be 9-2 because they've been quietly running through the NFL and doing their thing ever since they opened the season. Okay, with that win against the Kansas City Chiefs, and it kind of struck a chord, but it was surprising with some of you because you haven't really paid attention to how good Detroit has been lately, the way that they've been building up. Okay, there's no Calvin Johnson there no more. There's no Matthew Stafford there no more. However, they've been doing their thing in Detroit, so you got to give them credit. Last night, that fumble, that just happened to be unfortunate. I'm not going to go and say Green Bay is going to be all of that now because they came off with a 25-yard fumble recovery and win the game. We all know that Dallas had an explosion of a win yesterday against Washington. Dak Prescott definitely showed up. The man only had about, I think, 12 dropbacks yesterday, which means, okay, he had to step back before releasing it to see what he's doing out there, to see who's open, to get some clarity. The Dallas Cowboys, as you know, I am not a big Dallas Cowboys fan. I'm not like a Dallas Cowboys fan at all. I'll tell you like this, but I will say that I respect teams that go out there and they fight and they try to win. You see this? See that? That NY, that's where I'm at, that New York Giants, you know? Shout out to the Jets, they try. But shout out, again, to the big bosses over there in Buffalo, the Buffalo Bills. But Dallas, they ain't been caring about what somebody's saying and how they feel lately. Dak Prescott, he like, look, man, how many more chances am I going to have to win? And Jerry Jones believing in him right now. So the thing is, with Dallas in the position that they are, and they've been balling this year, they're right under the Eagles. The Eagles are 9-1. They only had one loss this year. Okay? The Dallas Cowboys, let me get this straight. The Dallas Cowboys, they've been building up and playing and dealing with injuries. They let go of Ezekiel Elliott this year because they believe in the runs of Michael Parsons. And they know that on the defense, they have some folks ready to go. Okay? This is one of the main points of the Dallas Cowboys winning. Their defense is where it's at. It's not Dak Prescott or just, Michael Parsons. It's a combination. All right? You have a couple of pieces on this squad that Jerry Jones assembled to do their thing. Okay? And the Cowboys defense, if you look at them real close, because I had the Dallas Cowboys for my fantasy team, their defense, that is, because they're one of the top defenses in the league, especially not just the NFC East, but in the whole league, the whole NFL. Besides that Philadelphia defense, which boasts a couple of pieces from the University of Georgia, because University of Georgia has been killing it. So Philadelphia, part of their secret, they've been doing well because they did some good recruiting and some good prospect scouting, and they know who they needed, and they went and got them, especially when they was available, because these are guys that's going to help you win. So Dallas Cowboys, they did their thing against the Washington Commanders yesterday. They destroyed them. And the Washington Commanders, to think that they were crying earlier in the season because Brian Bieniemy, he was over there trying to get these guys in a good shape and really get them going. And they wanted him out. However, he still stayed. And the crying, it slowed down. Results were starting to be brought in. Not as if they was in championship form or anything like that, or to be one of the teams that's going to go, all the way or hit the playoffs, with high expectations. And this was just some get lucky feeling and some, feel good going on in Washington. So I don't know what the Commanders were thinking. And if you saw the way that the Giants had to deal with the the Dallas Cowboys, the Washington Commanders should have known better, because if the Commanders can't fuck with the Giants, how are they going to stand up against the Cowboys? So they should have been warned and been out there to just give it your all on that field. Try to do what you can't do Forget what you think you can do. Try to do what you can't do. Because scouting and checking out the game tape and game film is very important overall. I'm not going to lie to you. If you don't do it, you're not going to know or have an idea of what to expect from your opponents or that opposition that you're about to face, which is the same thing. But tell me this. The NFL, they had the game last night with San Francisco and Seattle. San Francisco, they stayed relevant. For like the last 5 years, I want to say, and hold on. Before I finish up, I want to say shout out to, is it Braden, the guy on the Dallas Cowboys that made the pick six last night, because he has five pick sixes in one season. Can you imagine that? 5 pick sixes in one season, and this is a record. For those of you that don't know what a pick six is, it means you not only play good defense, then you intercept the ball, and you score when you catch that ball for that interception. That's a pick six. That's not easy, because every time an interception happens, it's not guaranteeing you definitely getting to a Super Bowl. But I'm saying it doesn't guarantee you a touchdown or any amount of yardage beyond where that ball is intercepted. So for him to score five pick sixes in one season, and the season is only halfway or a little over halfway right now, that's scary. It's a really great talent. Guys like Deion Sanders back in the day, this would not be a problem. It would be competition. I'm watching the game with some buddies. I'm like, hold on. Is this man the modern day Deion, or are these just glimpses of what this man can do? And this is happening right now. Okay. Shout out to the NFL. You have that Jets game that's going to happen today at 3 o'clock. But yesterday, Seattle, I know we've been hurt with the fact of things that's been going on with Kenneth Walker III, Geno Smith trying to carry the team or produce, because there is an amount of time to produce on a team to stay necessary on that squad, to not be trade bait. But I think Geno Smith has been playing better this year, so it took off the pain or the reflection of thought of why did they let go of Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson is in Denver now. So last night, the Seattle Seahawks took on the San Francisco 49ers with McCaffrey, Brock Purdy. They want to say Brock Purdy is the best quarterback in the NFC right now. We're talking about a guy that was a backup, a guy that wasn't even like really being respected or talked about a year and a half ago, to now this guy is just really relevant in the league and possibly definitely getting an extension with San Francisco if he hasn't already. I have to look that back up. I'll bring that back up to you guys on another show. But Brock Purdy has been hushing the naysayers and carrying the San Francisco team, well, playing his part, because we know guys like Deebo Samuel and Christian McCaffrey is producing on the squad. And George Kittle's definitely. Can't take anything away. Add that up plus their defense and team play. San Francisco's just been relevant for some time now. We're going to see what happens with the Jets today. People still have hopes of Aaron Rodgers returning right after Christmas and, contributing to the team to make them better. We just don't know what will occur or how this is going to go down. He might as well just get healthy, get prepared for next season, and they need to work on their O-line. If you sign the guy for 2 years, you have to protect this man like there's nothing else important in the world. and get production out of him. You can't get production if he's not healthy and safe and there's an environment to perform great work ethic. We'll see what happens today. The Jets and the Dolphins. Tyreek Hill, you know Tyreek Hill's going to show up on a Friday afternoon. He's like, you got me out here on Black Friday instead of shopping with my family to buy some things, which they already have. These guys are rich. They don't need Black Friday. But Tua Tagovailoa, Jalen Waddle, and Tyreek Hill, along with Raheem Mostert. Do I need to say more? Huh? Miami is a problem right now in the league. They're probably better than expected because they were overlooked at the capacity of the production they'd be able to bring with the players they have on that squad. We knew that they was going to be a factor, which they are definitely. They're more of a factor than the New York Jets. Let's see how this story plays out tonight. I think this is going to be Miami by nothing less than 14. Nothing less than 14. All right? So this is Don Boy 718. I just want to check in with you people. It's the holiday weekend. Yo, shout out and love to all the new viewers, all the people that's been showing us love and checking in and spreading the word about Don Boy 718 because, you know, from the hood too, we all are, we from somewhere, you know what I mean? So why not support something great? So I got love for all y'all, and I hope that's reciprocated back to me too. But either way, I love you if you don't love yourself. You know what I'm saying? Don Boy 718 to the world. That's how we do this. Peace and blessings.